Hi, what's up everybody? And welcome to another edition of How to Tarot, our 8th episode. How about that? So obviously going through last week's video and going through the editing process, I went back and I realized that it may have seemed a little bit out of sequence. Anyways, looking back at it, I realized it may have felt like I jumped the gun. So the major arcana cards that we left off from last week were the Chariot, the Strength card, and the Hermit. The Chariot, the Strength card, and the Hermit. So this week we'll be going over the Wheel of Fortune, the Justice, and the Hangman. That's cards number 10, 11, and 12. At the end of this video, we'll do a quick 5-card spread. I'll translate what I see in the cards that are spread in front of us. Let's just get right into it. The number 10 card, the Wheel of Fortune card, is really an important card. Some of the keywords for this card are destiny, fate, and karma. Also, divine timing is something that I feel like is associated with the Wheel of Fortune. It's labeled number 10, and if you recall from last week, it's ruled by the planet Jupiter. And remember, Jupiter is the planet of expansion, right? Some of the things that we think of when we look at the Wheel of Fortune is we think about opportunity and luck. It's a very lucky card, and some readers would read it as though like, oh my God, go play the lotto. Like it's that lucky, it's that important, it's that significant. The other thing about the Wheel of Fortune, it marks the center of the journey of the majors. It's the last of the major arcanas that represent the outward experiences. Cards 0 through 10, so that's 11 cards, remember, because we start at 0, represent themes that are human themes of our daily life, like major themes and archetypes for the day-to-day things that we go through as humans, the outward human experience. So for example, the Empress and the Emperor, they're the father and the mother of the deck. So these are like the themes and the roles that we play on the outwardly, like that the world sees, that society sees, things like that, structures, societal structures, okay? The next 11 cards of the major arcanas represent internal spiritual themes. So the whole deck is about spirituality, right? It's all a spiritual path. But the Wheel of Fortune is the last of the outward themes. So it's a really important card. When we see the 10, the Wheel of Fortune, we know that the client is about to embark on something really spectacular. We feel that their spiritual experience is about to deepen and that they're going to have in my opinion, an opportunity to kind of clear some of their karma if they've racked up some bad karma, maybe dealing with themes with people that were past life connections and things like that. The Wheel of Fortune makes me think of divine timing. If you look at it, it kind of looks like a calendar, right? Or clock timing. It reminds me of the Aztec calendar. That's why I said calendar. Circular shape there. So when we see the Wheel of Fortune, we think of spiritual breakthroughs. This person is like on the brink of something really fucking phenomenal. Okay, they're about to really delve in deeper. So just depending on the cards around it, it's either like a really exciting experience and and sometimes it's just not so exciting. It's stressful, but it all depends. But it all is a deepening of spirituality, okay? When we see the Wheel of Fortune, we see unexpected changes, things kind of happening that we weren't planning to happen. We see major changes and developments. We also see maybe people coming back from the past. We get news of situations that are improving. The thing about the Wheel of Fortune is you got to be on your toes because these changes will come in rapidly and will be quick. And so it's important to be ready to maneuver at any moment's time, okay, and to be flexible. Whenever I see this card reversed, I think of people have had some experience. Depending on what cards come around it, you'll be able to tell what the experience is. But I always feel like when this card is reversed, this person has had an opportunity to live out this experience in a more expansive way before. If I feel like maybe these people have lived in a way where these patterns are repeating and they keep missing an opportunity. I always think it's an opportunity missed when this is reversed, okay? When this is reversed, I feel like it's saying that people are perhaps even trying to rush time, right? Since this is a card of divine timing and, you know, you not being able to speed it up at all. It looks like a clock. So you can't speed up a clock. You can't, you know, make time go slower. So this is really about reminding the client that divine timing is in the works and opportunities available for them, and hopefully they'll take advantage of this opportunity moving forward. Okay, let's move into card 11, the Justice card. This card is associated with the sign of Libra. Okay, so I mean, obviously Libra is the balanced air sign. So we have this judge-like looking figure sitting here with the sword facing upward and the scales in her left hand here at the bottom, okay? Some of the key words are fairness, adjustment, balance, and objectivity. You know, the ability to see situations for what they are and not be so immersed in those situations that you can't understand why it's happening. The Justice card can represent actual legal issues, court appearances, issues dealing with the law. But it can also just talk about the client needing balance in their life. If this card comes upright, it feels like the client's doing quite well, balancing a lot. It feels like the client has been fair. You get a lot of information about what they're being fair about by paying attention to the minor arcana cards around it, right? The Justice card is very logical, right? This is emotion out of it. So you might want to tell your client, if you see this card upright, to, like, you know, depending if it's upright or not, you know, the client is emotionally detached from the situation, which makes them better able to judge the situation more clearly. So this card is about balance. So if it's upright, we're looking at things that are balanced. When it's reversed, we're looking at mistrust, perhaps. We're looking at maybe somebody not telling the truth. We're looking at things that aren't fair. We're looking at possibly if the person's dealing with legal situations that it might not turn out in their favor, okay? This person may also feel like they're not being heard, their side's not being heard or considered in their personal situations. Okay, so we move on to card number 12, the Hanged Man. Okay, remember the Hanged Man is ruled by the planet Neptune. This is the 12th card of the major arcana. This card is about patience. This card is about becoming comfortable with those situations that are really uncomfortable, okay? If you see the yellow around his head, yes, he's hanging from a tree by his foot, incredibly uncomfortable, but he's surrendered to the moment, which has made him enlightened. The Hangman has a perspective that's different than anyone else's. Yes, he's uncomfortable, but through the discomfort comes his ability to see the situation for what it is, right? He's perched up in a tree. He can see it like nobody else can. So he has gained this enlightenment through being able to be patient through times of not knowing how things are going to turn out. This card shows that a client's made some sacrifices and they will be rewarded for their patience and sacrifice. This card can show up when a client's feeling frustrated about their progress. Tell them to keep going. If this card comes reversed, you might want to remind the client kind of what I said in the beginning, but it's important for them to gain a new perspective because the way that they're looking at it right now, they're too close to the situation. They're not able to gain a broader perspective. So you might want to tell them to pan out and try and see it from other people's perspective. Remind them that they're not the only one involved in the situation, that everybody has their own life situations going on, and they can't see the full picture, okay? If the Hangman is reversed, I'm looking at somebody that feels very impatient, somebody that is like waiting for an outcome as opposed to being patient about an outcome. This person has a hard time being still. Okay, this person just wants to get out of their body. They can't stand the discomfort. They're looking for a way out. Okay, friends, that's going to be the 3 major arcana cards that we're going to touch on this week. We're going to keep this one short and simple. Your girl's taking care of her mental health and trying not to cram so much in. If I'm going to be able to do this long-term, consistently, I got to scale back somewhere. So I've been scaling back a little bit everywhere so that I have my sanity. We're going to pull 5 cards. The first one that popped out is 6 of Swords upright. 6 of Swords upright. Look, okay, so this is really making a choice about a decision. See how the swords are going straight down into the boat? This person has decided on what to do. He's made up his mind. He is very clear about what he wants and he's moving forward. If you look at either side of the boat, on one side of the boat there's calm waters, and then on the other side of the boat there's choppy waters. So this person's leaving a stressful time and is going to smoother seas. Okay, he's taking his family. This card used to make me feel very sad, like it was a sad card, but the more I've researched it, it's really a good card, because these people have weathered the storm, they've gotten through hard times, and now they're moving forward. Okay. Woo. 4. Haha. The Fool, Page of Swords reverse, 6 of Pentacles reverse, and 3 of Swords reverse. Holy moly, these are heavy. Okay, so it's possible that somebody picked up and left in hopes to kind of start anew, right? So the 6 of Swords is followed by the Fool card. The Fool card upright is really bright. It's exciting because this person has taken a leap of faith. However, through this process, they've somehow managed to... They didn't quite get all the details, I feel like. Page of Swords reverse is either somebody air sign or it's an element of the situation. I'm going to call it an element or a part of the situation. I feel like maybe they didn't gather enough information. They kind of maybe rushed a little bit into this move. Because where they're moving to as we progress through the spread, 6 of Pentacles reverse is an imbalance in resources, okay? Even feeling depleted and not able to give back. Even a feeling like they don't have enough money to get through the rest of their journey, which is kind of ended out in this heartbreak. I'm going to I would go straight to the bottom of the deck if this was a real client, because I would never want to leave somebody feeling like that's how we're going to end off on 3 of Swords. So what's at the bottom of the deck? Okay, and another 6. So we're looking at, let me tell you something. I learned something new recently. I'm noticing in this spread we have 3 6s. 6, 6, 6. 6 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, and 6 of Wands. And this 6 of Wands came reversed, okay? So sometimes when we see repetition of 6, it's about somebody's perspective, okay? And of course, we remember from the earlier videos, swords represent how we communicate, how we speak things, how we hear things, how we see things, and how we perceive things just mentally because of our life experiences. So when I see 666, because that number is so heavily associated with like dark stuff and the devil and like bad stuff, which for me it's not. When I see 666, I get happy because it's a repeating number, I get happy. But for other people, 666, when I see it in a spread, what it kind of tells me is that somebody... You're really powerful and you're putting your energy towards the wrong stuff. Your perspective kind of seems gloom and doom. And so you're kind of subconsciously manifesting these situations that you keep getting stuck, okay? So just remind the client how powerful they are when you see repetitions of 6. So the bottom of the deck is 6 of Wands, okay? Which is victory and success. It's also being recognized for your efforts. So these people, since it came reversed, this person is having a really hard time seeing anything good that they've done. It feels like they keep bumping into these roadblocks and they're having a really hard time seeing anything good. Remind the client that they started off strong by making a decision and taking this leap of faith with the 6 of Swords and the Fool card. Remind them of their strong suits. Remind them that this 6 of Wands card still showed up for them, even though it's reversed. It's just a matter of them being able to see their strengths. Also, what you want to notice in this spread is the only major arcana card that showed up is the Fool. And it showed up upright and it's a 0. So they're really at this beginning stage of their journey, and that they haven't gone too far, whereas they can't, where it's always possible for them to turn around and recreate a new journey, or to take some steps back and get back to the drawing board and plan something new. So it's not too late. You want to remind them that the energy of the Fool is powerful, and that it's playful, and that it's creative, and that when you're at the beginning of the journey, yes, it may seem daunting, but you have the freedom to go any direction you'd possibly want. All right, y'all. I love you guys. Happy motherfucking day. I hope y'all had a happy holiday. I love you. I appreciate you. Please share these videos if you found them helpful. Please hit that like button and hit the subscribe button as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Next week, we will go over 13, 14, and 15. That is the Death card, the Judgment card, and the Devil. Heavy. Getting heavy. All right, y'all. See you in the next one.